Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. And now, here's Rob.
And Oscar.
Hi, America.
Hello. Live from Podville Media Studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is The Mike O'Mara Show. Now in our second decade, so proud. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide podcast and radio show with a family of listeners who are unrivaled in their love and support for their program. If you are a first-timer, sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained. And for our longtime friends, thank you for spreading the word every day about TMOS in great places like Schaeferstown, Pennsylvania, Window Rock, Arizona, Grass Valley, California, Traversity, Michigan, Newtown, North Dakota, and my buddy Vic, Iceland. TMOS is on the air and everywhere, so as Oscar would say, let's get started.
Let's get started. I have something.
You're in such a good mood today.
Yeah, well, first, it's nice to be loved. Let me just say that.
We love you.
Well, for those of you not in the D.C. area, we've
Not in the know?
We've pretty much been on lockdown for good reason. And this is the first week without this mandatory mask policy.
It is so great.
And it is the least on life you have. First, you feel like you're doing the right thing by, following the CDC guidelines.
Right. You feel
then
like you've done well. Yeah.
Then you feel like you're doing the right thing by, doing the best you can to stay safe. We have thermal readers. Everyone seems like they're in a better mood.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing people out and about.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you're being forced to come back to the office or you're not. Not my problem. Your choice, your job.
The mood seems high. I'm not
here at Podville Media. Do what you want. Just do your work.
Right, but like out on the street.
But you should come to work.
When you see people out on the street, they're back in the city. The mood seems happy. I don't know. It's because we had a couple of warm days this week.
From home. I'm sorry. Yes.
Sorry to our talking head yesterday.
Yes.
No, nothing personal.
Yes,
you can work from home, but when you're out on the street, and
I'm just kidding.
There's more. There are more people on the streets, and they seem happy. They seem happy to be out and about.
Yes, and then I get this.
Yeah.
From the vice president of training programs from the Star Harbor Academy.
Oh, that's the astronaut place.
Yes, that's Aaron Bonilla.
Yeah.
For our friend Fox as well, out from Arizona.
In Boston, they call it Star Harbor.
Oscar, do you think you'll make it to the happy hour tonight as well? We have another meeting outside of that.
Okay.
There will be a lot of interesting people there. Would love to see you there. Being wanted is one thing. Like, I know that you guys want me because you need me, right? You hate me secretly, but you need me.
No, actually,
I want to say you hate me.
The hatred is outward. The secret is the love.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
It's a weird cocktail, bitter and sweet.
But when you have that type of email come in, you feel like you're somebody. I feel like Steve Martin in The Jerk when he sees his name.
I'm somebody.
I'm somebody.
The new phone books are here, Mr. Hartunian. The new phone books are here.
My name.
Things are going to start happening for me now.
Yes.
That's pretty
because
cool.
I haven't been invited anywhere because of the lockdown or the mask policy and everything being closed.
Right.
In forever.
Yeah.
Now, there are two circles I'm intimidated by. It's the Reed Galen circle.
Yes.
Like highline political intellectuals.
Sure.
And it's the Aaron Fox and Dr. Proctor circle of astronauts.
Now, before you proceed,
physicists,
I have to ask.
Engineers.
Why do you
market makers.
Why do you feel intimidated? Because you're a smart guy. You're a social guy.
Yeah, I'm smart.
And you know how to,
I'm smart?
You're smart. But you are, if nothing else, smart enough to fake it in those circles.
Yeah, but
they wouldn't invite you if they didn't like you for you.
Do you know how I know you're a rube?
How?
Because in those circles, you can't fake it.
No, I'm not saying fake it, like go in there and say like you're a policy wonk. I'm saying go in and say, hey, it's really cool to meet you, and this is what I do, and ask them about themselves. If you get people talking about themselves.
What about Pluto? Who thought it was a planet? Waka, 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 waka,
no,
waka.
You see, you don't do that. When I say
that's what
fake,
I think he would do.
No.
Rob would do in those circles.
The secret in a circle like, and I've been in situations like charity functions where I'm way, way out of my league.
Yes.
The secret is with powerful people, they like to talk about themselves.
No, I know that.
And so that's all you
have
to
to
do.
offer some sort of like value back.
Well, The fact is that
I can talk about my Funko Pop.
But you are a communications magnet.
Thank you.
In Ruth. You're a communications magnet.
What I talked to him about Transformers?
No.
Energon.
You see, you're beating yourself up. You have a value to them.
Look. I know. If I go in there and I'm a wallflower, great. If we start talking about how, if I can't see California, so it must take some time to get to the moon. Like, is it the time space?
As I'm saying, don't step out of your comfort zone.
Did you guys see the NBA on TNT when Shaq talked about getting to the moon?
Yeah. I was responsible for getting Trump out of office. That's great. I can fly to the moon in 9 hours.
Is that astronaut ice cream that I buy at Udvar Hazy the same ice cream you guys get? Is it the same vendor? Is it Cisco Systems?
Reed, I have a very important question. Is Dippin' Dots really the ice cream of the future?
With Reed, I don't say a word. I let him teach me. He's the professor.
You see, that's the
deal. I feel like we're friends, but at dinner, I'm asking questions.
Yeah, so that's
I'm not pretending to know.
No, and that's what I didn't. Yes. I don't want you to pretend to know. What I'm saying is, you fake it by saying that
I know about podcasting. You want to know about podcasting? I know about podcasting,
and that's their value to you. You know what? If they got them talking about podcasting, all of a sudden they're probably a little. I won't say intimidated, but they're going to say they're going to defer to you.
Yeah, I'm great. I am great. I am top 5 in the country
in this room
at podcasting, if not top 3.
Who are you among in that top 5?
Who am I among?
Yes, in the podcast. If we went to a party and it was the top 5 podcasters.
This is a great question. Gimlet.
Okay.
Yes.
Just the whole company.
Yes.
You couldn't put
Alex Bloomberg.
You couldn't
the founder
put
of Gimlet. Yes.
I'm saying if we're like the Mount Podmore.
Yes.
Okay, but we've added an extra head.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them
is Alex Bloomberg,
and does he run Gimlet?
Yes.
Okay, so Bloomberg's up there.
He runs Border Town.
Okay. You're up there, of course.
Yes. Ad results. Marshall, the chief poobah there.
Okay, up there. Very good.
He runs the ad platform, right?
They were very much ahead of the podcasting advertising platform.
Mark Maron.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember when I called him and found him directly about a decade ago, and he's like, "You want me to advertise what? Great. I don't even barbecue." I said, "Do you have?" He goes, "I got a hibachi. Will they fit on that?" And we bought a schedule.
I actually spoke to a guy who interviewed him for a book, and I just said, just one question. Yep. Is Maron as miserable as he seems?
Yes.
He said, yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is genius.
Yeah, so his head on Podmore would be frowning.
Yeah, but he was at the and I don't want to take anything away. I don't agree with his politics clearly. But Adam Carolla was at the forefront of this.
Okay, so if we put a 6th head on Podmore, could it be the murderer from the first season of Serial?
That's fair.
Yeah, put him up there.
Who's the founder of This American Life? Who's that guy?
Ira Glass?
Yes. Yeah. And then you'd have
the mountain's getting full.
And but think about it.
Unless we did like a
you need a little look. I don't want to pull the diversity card. Mm-hmm. But I'd look it up there.
Yeah,
you
sure.
Know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
Now, that only gets me so far.
You mean having a 60-foot stone sculpture of your head on a mountain only gets you so far?
Guys, have you seen Mount Podmore? And did you watch the NBA on TNT when they were debating how far the moon is? I need to know.
This is when
if I was on the Concorde, how long would it take me?
What's so great is I can see you at some big Washington Walk.
Yeah.
Get together and you've got your phone out. No, I really am on the mountain. Look, I just got to find the picture. Here I am. See, look, it's me and Ira.
We're on the same page.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're on the same page. So the invite is great.
Okay.
And as I told my wife, I'm going.
Does she get to go?
Oh, no, she's busy. I'm going. And then
she doesn't seem that busy.
No, she said, "This is good. This is what you like to do."
Oh, she wants you out.
Yeah, she didn't say, "Can I come?"
No, she know what she's got. She's got a meeting with Dodgratz.
No, she's got a meeting. It's at 4:30. I gotta go. We got a bank meeting, and I gotta go there. I feel wanted and loved.
Well, the bank always makes you feel loved.
Well, you have a great relationship with your bank.
Yeah,
that means you're doing great business.
Here's Dan O'Brien dropping off his third run of snacks for the day. I love when you don't even know what happens before you get here.
Homage.
Tribute. He sets up practically a buffet before you get here.
Breakfast.
Oh, what's that?
And a do.
This is new.
Yeah, the sizzling bacon bagel,
from,
egg
from Wawa
and some cheese from Wawa.
Yeah.
For $2.25 is a steal anywhere.
What he wants now.
Who says inflation's back?
Oscar is dying for a really long first commercial read.
No, I don't have to eat that right now. I just if you don't go before the show's over,
right?
They're all gone.
They don't stock up?
No, they only make breakfast till the show's over roughly at 10:30.
Yeah, or at 12 if we're waiting for you.
Yeah, well you said take your time.
I was just joking. Come on, that was easy. It was easy.
And
even if you're on Mount Podmore, they'd stop serving breakfast?
No, there are more people in the city. They have not adjusted the egg, bacon, croissant sandwich ratio to people coming back to work.
I was reading today about the bagel supply chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely in crisis.
So there's that.
You're at the bank at 4. The party's at 4:30.
No, bank at 3:30.
3:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Party's at 4:30. I will write a response back. First of all, everybody loves to be invited, right?
Of course.
Like just invitation alone is exciting for me.
That's good. You know what's almost as good as being invited? When plans get canceled.
Oh no, I used to. Yeah, I still like that.
Yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it?
So I will.
It's just not going to work out, man.
From 2:30 to 3, I'll bone up on some stats, some space stats.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. I got to bone up.
Okay, what's the one that has the rings around it?
I know the planets. What am I? I'm not in 5th grade. Is that when you learn those?
I think
my
so.
4-year-old my 4-year-old nephew knows them. 5-year-old nephew knows. He goes, "Did you know Pluto's not a planet?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard that."
Yeah, he's a dog.
I wanted to troll him, but I didn't. I sneezed like Donald Duck. I said, "What about Donald Duck?" He's like, "That's not a planet."
So you did the Disney shtick.
I did it.
You're playing to your audience.
Let me clarify here. The shtick is not shtick. What's the latest? What's that telescope that went up? Everybody was excited about. It's made
Hubble?
out of tinfoil. No, not Hubble.
James Webb.
Thank you. How about that James Webb? And then I slink back into the darkness and let them talk.
You know what? Say you read about the new telescope on a website.
You know what was tricky about the James Webb?
What was tricky?
Is when it got close to the sun.
Yes.
They had to flap those golden leaf wings up,
right,
to give it a heat shield,
Mm-hmm.
and that was tricky.
This is your. You see, that's your springboard.
Like a butterfly.
That's your. Well, no, don't say butterfly.
What a spider monkey.
Don't say spider monkey. Just say, you know, it was tricky, and they'll go, "What was tricky?" You say, on that web.
No, they know it's. This is why you're a rube. They know it's tricky.
But you lead them into. Talking.
Can you explain the mechanics and why this was so
tricky?
No, what's a better word than tricky? Bloom, help me out.
Difficult, challenging, complex.
Yeah, why was it so challenging to get those 7, or I think it was 8 panels of gold Reynolds wrap up and running?
Yeah, and also you can't put them in the microwave. I mean, there's all sorts of challenges. You say when you're talking about the Webb telescope, you say, you know what's tricky? It's tricky to rock a rhyme that's right on time.
It's what? Nice. What Webb? James Webb.
Yeah.
James Webb.
No, don't get it mixed up and say like Jack Webb, because he was from Dragnet.
I don't think that would happen with me.
No, I don't think so either.
Jack Webb. What's another famous Webb?
Clifton Webb.
Oh, you know where they could have really won? Because I think this is two continents. It was the French and the U.S.
Right.
2 countries got together for the James Webb.
Okay.
Am I right about that, Pony?
Yeah, that's about right.
Now, how about you double check? You sound like a rube when I get to this meeting.
You should know this if you're going to talk to these
people.
Hey,
you can't play transference with him. Look it up. It's your job.
You got nothing. Mike's not even here. You don't have to be nervous.
Hey, Pony. Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Mike's on vacation. He'll be back on Monday.
Yeah.
Listen, look at how happy we sound.
God willing.
Listen.
The stitches will be out.
Hey, listen. If the James Webb, with the foil component and the radiation cooking, if they had a Weber grill,
James Webber,
the James Webb telescope,
right,
underwritten by Weber grills, right, that would have been great,
perfect. That'd be great. And then
you think that was ever brought up in a meeting,
like some French guy saying, "This is getting too expensive. We need someone to underwrite it. Call the grill people. Call them now."
What other famous Webbs are there?
Well,
I know Webster, but that's not.
Oh, the dictionary people.
Yeah. No. Webster as in the show.
Oh, here's an interesting fact about Emmanuel Lewis. He's exactly 1 day younger than me.
Oh, wow.
Exactly 1 day younger than me. That explains the height difference.
What do we have, Pony?
All right, so Europe and Canada are also involved.
Oh, no, 2 continents. Okay.
All of Europe.
3 continents.
Yes.
So by saying France,
No, 2 continents. North America, Europe.
and Europe.
What do we have, Pony?
Okay, NASA is handing the overall responsibility of the mission. The ESA, European Space Agency,
I need to see
providing...
that. Oh, wait, hold on.
Mhm.
ESA. Okay, now I got it.
Yeah, okay, very good.
I got
yeah.
it. Thank you.
They're providing the near-infrared spectrograph, mid-infrared instrument optics assembly, and the RNA launch vehicle, and then the Canadian Space Agency provides the fine guidance sensors,
Okay,
near-infrared
hold on.
image. Mhm.
Fine guidance sensors.
What if you go in really with a strong but unpopular opinion? Like you go and you say, hey, you know what? I think this whole thing could have gone down without Canada.
No. I say, look, I know that ESA was...
The European Space Agency.
Can you let me talk?
Yeah. I'm just reinforcing.
I know what it is.
Dude, I'm on your side.
I lost it. Stop talking. What was the fine guidance state? What was it again?
That's the fine guidance sensor and near-infrared imager and stillness spectrograph.
Okay, all I need is the fine guidance sensor. Okay, continue, please.
Stop
That's
talking.
it. That's all.
That's it?
Everything.
No, that's not everything. Keep
That's all.
going.
That's everything.
Who bought the foil?
NASA.
What if Pony? Can you find us some information on anime?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so
We'll never go to you again.
No.
What a mistake.
I really thought today was his day.
Yeah,
his day
yeah.
to shine.
America, please let Matt know how much he's disappointed in you.
Hello, America. Hello
Yes.
from America.
Like if this is the talk triangle, which I know we hate, you would have broken it
Oh, this is
5
not
questions ago.
This is just straight line.
I gave you 5 opportunities to redeem yourself.
And I blew it.
At least he's self-aware.
As someone said to me, why would Pony leave the recording on the stream when he knows you guys are done with the show? I said, this happened, by the way, 4 days ago.
Yes.
Welcome America. You got to hear how we built the Anna Delvey bit. And I said, I don't make this up. I think he hates us.
It could be.
Right?
There could be a little bit of hatred.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know what? I've seen this I've been at this a long time,
Yes.
this radio game. And there are a lot of producers that not even that secretly, but they keep it under the radar. They hate their talent.
It just wasn't something I was expecting today. I thought you were actually get into the space conversation. And I want to apologize to Aaron Bonilla. Bonilla, I'm sorry. I said no, and Bonnilla.
But I think it's Bonilla, isn't it?
Like Bobby Bonilla?
Yeah.
Silent L?
I believe so. If you need any other tips in speaking Spanish, I'm right here.
It's Bonilla.
I think it's Bonilla.
Bonilla, that's what I said. No?
I don't know.
I think I said it that way. Well, I should probably not give everybody's names out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. That is the crux of this, and I will.
Is it at a swag? I'm not going to ask where. But
I have the details, but I'm not going to share that.
Okay.
I will have a great time. I'll report back to you.
Can't wait.
I will. This will be a lot of fun for everybody involved, except for Matt Bloom apparently, and I will make our best effort to put our best foot forward.
I love it.
I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to embarrass me. I'll embarrass Matt Bloom, but I won't embarrass you.
Hey, you've got a new angle now.
Yes.
They say, hey, I work with this guy. You wouldn't believe what he thought the infrared thing was. He was reading it and he couldn't get it.
The ESA, are they with us or are they with us?
Listen, I was just on the phone with the JPL, and it's fantastic. And the ESA is good, but not so much Canada.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed.
So this is going to be cool.
It will be cool.
Yeah, and I mean, really, I think if you
I think it's just being like people are doing things again.
play it cool, Daddy-O.
Yeah, I'll be cool.
Yeah, don't overtly insert yourself.
Well, I'm gonna have to get there late, unfortunately, like everything else.
Big
Because
entrance?
No, because I have the meeting beforehand.
But a big entrance.
Big entrance.
Are you going to wear?
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, show up in a spacesuit. Big helmet.
Will you all sign my little SpaceX model? I happen to have it right here in my pocket.
Who has an interplanetary Sharpie?
Yeah. Does someone have a thinner Sharpie?
Because
There isn't a lot of surface area on this little guy. I didn't want to spring for the larger scale model.
Go ahead. There are some great things you could say
Yes.
as they're talking about revolutionizing the space race, and you say, "I saw them launch a rocket on the Washington Monument."
Yeah. I went to the 50th anniversary of the Apollo moon landing.
I've seen it.
I was on the lawn.
I saw it projected right on there, and it went up in the air.
I've seen the Saturn V rocket in Houston.
Excuse me, sir. Have you ever been to the Air and Space Museum? I have.
I was there before they built Udvar Hazy.
Oh, I'm old school.
Yes.
I used to go. You know what they have there? They have a model from Star Trek. I've seen it.
We're the worst. I'm genuinely excited.
You should be.
Yes.
So there's that party, and then, but this is just a space party.
I
didn't mean to simplify it down to space party.
No.
What? Because you mentioned the two circles.
It's former. It's the privatization of space is the future of travel.
Right.
And if you've got a contingency of professionals getting together who are friends, I'm the outlier here.
Right.
And they're getting together to talk about the industry and catch up, and I get to be the fly on the wall, I'm there.
No, but you see, the reason I asked that, and I didn't mean to simplify it as a space party because it's a bigger deal than that. You said there are two circles that you are uncomfortable in, and one is the interplanetary space people, and that makes them sound like they're aliens. I didn't mean that.
This is why I can't take you anywhere.
Well, I would not ever be in that situation ever. But you said you're uncomfortable in the world of politics, the Politico world, the Reed Galen Lincoln Project world.
I don't know enough about. No, I think that they're great people, and they
have you ever been invited?
They never make me feel like I'm unwanted.
Have you ever been invited to one of their events?
Well, I'm on a weekly meeting with their entire team.
Yeah, but that's
like a social event.
Yeah.
No. I once forced my way into Reed Galen's weekend to set up a broadcast system.
Oh, it was one of those things where you said, "Well, we could mail out the comics, but it might be better if I came over."
Yeah, he was a 10 out of 10 host.
Well, he is a fantastic guy.
Yeah, what a wonderful man.
And a fruitcake enthusiast.
Definitely, Matt, I just feel like there's nothing better than a blissful weekend alone. The last thing you want is somebody running a 300-foot Ethernet cable across your foyer.
Yeah, and then saying, I voted.
Should we get pizza tonight?
Hey, remember the election?
Yeah.
That was great. And don't get mixed up and ask him about.
Do you mind coming and holding this teleprompter for 2 seconds? I promise I won't scratch any of this furniture.
Where's your modem again? I forget where your modem is.
He was so great. He's so sweet.
A supremely nice guy.
And that's a bad. I think I've had dinner with Reed multiple times. He's great. I'm saying that if there was a convention, of policy wonks, and the Lincoln Project is different because I feel like
they're not as wonky.
They're just great. They're nice people.
They are.
But around politicos, I don't pretend to know what I don't know. I just literally stay in my lane.
Where would you be more at ease? A social event with politicos or a social event with the space people?
Oh. Reed is nice. Like, we do text.
Okay.
Yeah, he would be my safety blanket.
Okay.
I don't mean that in any other way.
What if you went to a big Politico event and Reed couldn't make it?
And I had to latch on to Rick Wilson, who is super nice, but I don't think he knows my name.
Why is Rick could see him say, "Why is this guy right by me?"
I've seen him on calls. He's one of the little squares with the 40, 50 plus people. He does give a report. Yeah. I would be just as terrified.
I think you'll do better in the space thing.
Yeah.
Because you have a genuine.
Yeah.
Well, your curiosity means
the ESA.
Yeah.
How about that ESA?
Hey, does Bolivia have a space program?
No, we're landlocked and space locked.
Because I was going to say, you know what? Invent one and say you're like the guy from there.
Oh, no. You can't make this up.
I'm Captain Ceballos from the Bolivian.
Can't make it up.
From the BSO.
Can't make it up.
The Bolivian Space Organization. Yes. We're going to take.
We wanted to launch. We just didn't have the infrastructure or the policy or the budget.
But other than that, we were good to go. Captain Ceballos, reporting for duty. All right, when we come back, I want to talk about a weird dating trend that I've actually thought about before, but now it's come to the forefront.
Great.
So we'll be back after this.
Live from Fort Myers, it's the West South Florida Kennel Club Dog Show.
Hello, fans. I'm Twitch, along with Jim Amato, and we're calling the action live.
We're down to the final 4 dogs, and we still have some surprising contenders.
With the final 4, an Irish Setter, a Bolivian Hairless, a huge Spiewak Mastiff, and a Mexican long-hair Chihuahua.
Can you believe they eat these dogs in some countries?
That's right, Jim. By the way, the Spiewak Mastiff is the largest dog we've ever had in competition.
That's dog with 2 G's.
It sure is, Jim.
It looks like the handler is having some trouble with the Chihuahua.
Shut up, Frankie!
Oh, that's
no.
too bad. That'll knock him out of the competition. The judges taking one last look, and there it is. The winner is the Mike O'Mara Bonus Best in Show.
Get a subscription today at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Until next year, this is Jim Amato and Twitch saying,
Who's a good boy?
If you do show up as Captain Ceballos, you'll need a uniform with the things on your shoulders.
Yeah, I look. I know enough about the Hubble telescope,
Right.
and this James Webb character now that I think I'm going to be okay.
And I think, you know what?
And I won't look. I don't make myself known. I legit stand in a corner, mainline some Jack and Diets,
And out.
and answer any podcast. Oh, you want to know the top 5 platforms to host a podcast? Talk to me.
I just think that you should play it cool and call it the Web. I'm familiar with the Web.
I'm not caught with 2 B's.
Now listen, I love talking about things we love, and we all love Cornerstone First Financial.
Yes.
The conflict in the Ukraine has caused mortgage rates to suddenly drop just ahead of the Fed's meeting next week. So what does this mean to you? It means that mortgage applications have surged recently as people prepare for higher mortgage rates. Higher rates equal higher payments, and with this latest dip, you could save hundreds per month if you just want to use the equity in your home for any reason or to simply remove your monthly mortgage insurance. The time to act is now. It's so easy. Just call my friend Mark Livingstone, and he is our friend. His team, they are all our friends at Cornerstone First Financial. Whether it's a purchase or a refinance, the low rate window is closing. You see that window? Closing. They're cranking it down. They're cranking it down. After the 16th, the rates will be higher, and you will have lost this awesome opportunity. So why not call and see what they can do for you with their no obligation no obligation rate quote? You may be surprised how much you can save. So whether it's a purchase or a refi, call Cornerstone First Financial, the #1 choice of the Mike O'Mara podcast listeners and hosts. I'll say that. We've all used them. And now licensed in 41 states. So even if you've tried them before, try them again. It's so easy. 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com. They are the best. And thank you for staying with us for so long. Now, this goes back to the 80s. And I noticed this, and I don't know that I've even brought it up on the show. But when the hot couple, and everyone was talking about when Valerie Bertinelli married Eddie Van Halen, right? They were a big couple for a while, and they have their son Wolfie.
Valerie Bertinelli's fame came from a television show, correct?
Yes, yeah. One Day at a Time.
One Day at a Time, and that was a Schneider.
With Schneider, yeah.
Right? You know the first time I ever saw that
when
was when I would stay home sick from school.
Yeah,
and it would be on television.
Right, in reruns.
Was in reruns, right?
Right.
And then she married Eddie Van Halen,
which was a great career move.
Yes, and that's all I know her from.
Well, she was extraordinarily
Weight Watchers.
Cute. I think she did that.
Yes.
And then she did Hot in Cleveland, which was a show on Nickelodeon or TV Land, I think.
TV Land.
But she's always been there, and she's got a cooking show. But I always said that Valerie...
Most famous for the marriage.
Yeah, that was her big career move. And I've always said that Eddie Van Halen and Valerie Bertinelli look alike. They had similar hair, similar facial features, and I just said, that's got to be pretty vain to choose someone that you look like to marry.
Got it.
Okay. So I've always sort of had this in the back of my head. This has been trending, and there are galleries on TikTok and all the social medias and stuff. There's a new phrase that's out there called doppelbanging. Doppelbanging. And this is kind of like when you'd see a gallery online of people that look like their pets, right?
Of course, yes.
But now it's couples that look like each other. The term doppelbanging, which is a play on doppelganger, according to Cosmopolitan, started trending within the LGBT community. And while a lot of people say that opposites attract, there's some science being attributed to the similarities too. The Daily Mail has come up with some couples that have similar looks, and I want your opinion on these, okay?
Okay.
Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen.
This is They do look, but they're both really good looking.
See, that's the thing, is that if someone is really good looking, they're going to have similar
and they have
features.
symmetrical faces.
That's huge. That's
Yes.
very huge. Okay. What about Courtney Cox? Now, I don't know this guy. Johnny McDade?
No, Courtney Cox and David Arquette looked alike.
Yeah. Now, how about this? Does Courtney Cox's new beau have really weird plastic surgery?
I've seen worse on Courtney Cox.
She certainly doesn't look like she looked like in the Springsteen video
But
anymore.
who's going to? She was
well,
16 in that video, you animal. She's like 55 now.
Yeah, but the stretching and the pulling.
We don't look the same.
No, I look old. I do.
No, not even old.
Just different?
We just look different.
Oh, yeah, that picture that Jolene posted of you in Vegas.
Yeah.
Look like
baby.
Yeah, look like your son.
Man.
Would you date that guy?
No.
No.
That guy's a scumbag.
Kristen Stewart and Dylan Meyer.
Kristen Stewart, Dylan. Yeah, but Kristen Stewart already has like a tomboyish look.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I don't know Benedict Cumberbatch's wife, Sophie Hunter.
I know exactly. Yes, but Benedict Cumberbatch has some like
feminine features.
He's
soft features.
What is it? He's androgynous.
Ah, good word.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is what you should be talking to the astronauts about.
No.
You can say, "Hey, astronaut."
No.
Hey,
did you read Cosmo this week?
What about this one? I definitely see Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake. And I can also see Timberlake being so into himself that he said, "You know what?
No,
that's a good looking
Jessica
lady."
Biel looks different than Justin Timberlake. I don't
think
agree.
they have any
I don't
overlap?
agree, and I'm not taking anything from this.
Listen,
I've seen this before.
Okay, but anyway, it's called doppelbanging, and it's going to make me more aware, and I will look for this now.
How do I put this? There is
another example here: Mike O'Mara and Carla O'Mara.
No,
not
there
really.
is there's a level, and you can see this with Kanye West right now.
Okay.
But you also genuinely see this after celebrity breakups. They end up dating somebody that looked like their ex.
Sure.
And you can say, well, that's easy, Oscar, because Kim Kardashian is a trendsetter, and her entire zeitgeist is built around people looking like her. So of course he's going to find somebody that looks like her. No, I'm talking about even David Arquette dated Courtney Cox, and then he was dating somebody else that looked just like her, like a pop star.
Sure.
Looked right afterwards, top of mind. And then, but I don't see that in real life. Like in real life, when people break up with people, they like go for somebody completely different.
I don't know. Robert, when he broke up with his girl, I saw a picture of the new girl that he's seeing, and I thought it was the old girl. They look that much alike. Yeah. So as I said to Carrie, who
would you date before Carrie?
Almost nobody.
Really?
Yeah.
She was your one and only?
Not one and only. I mean, I saw some girls in high school and stuff, but yeah, I mean.
But did they look like Carrie?
No, Carrie is by far the best looking woman I've ever dated.
Look at this man. Still in love.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say it.
Okay.
That my girlfriends have all looked different.
I agree. You do not have a type.
No. And my friends' girlfriends have all been different.
Yeah, I see that.
Like,
but also,
I just don't know.
You think that there is,
and now wives look different than the girls they were dating when I met them.
When I went to WVU for the weekend to that football game where the cheese got thrown, and that's if you've not heard it, it's a wonderful story. Go look in the archives for this. But there is a look to the WVU college co-ed.
Did Carrie take your virginity?
No.
Sorry, just got locked up.
Tried to give it back.
Okay.
I think 2 more years and I get it back.
Go ahead.
I have to check the card. No, but there is a very common look among a lot of the girls I saw on the campus.
Okay, but that is normal, right?
Okay, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Group think of this is we're all wearing bikini tops and golf skirts.
Right.
I'm saying as an adult.
Yeah.
I think in celebrity world, it's easy, and maybe it's a matter of on both sides. You have such a large pool to pull from that in the regular world, you don't. I will
minimum fish in the college.
Yeah, I will agree that as couples get older, they start looking like each other, but that typically comes from dress.
You think?
Because you're both maybe you're both Patagonia people, so you both get the Patagonia vest. So you start dressing like each other.
Carrie and I both go to Lululemon. And you know what? There are times on the weekend where it's like, who is that? Me? Her? You can't even tell. You can't even tell.
You get what I'm saying, though.
Great ass.
That if you're both in, like, I guess, similar
no, I'm with you.
fashions,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you've got a scarf, I've got a scarf.
For example, you say Patagonia, there are definitely, you'll see the LL Bean couples. You definitely see the Eddie Bauer couples, and they shop together.
Yeah,
right?
because they're like, oh, you both got a green vest.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I've
even seen couples that have the same haircut. They
similar haircuts.
They sort of blend together.
So, which is fine, but dating people that look like you have to be really good looking, I think.
Matt?
Are you going to try this again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I'm rooting for
redemption.
I'm rooting.
Would you date someone who looked like you? I mean, maybe without the beard.
Yeah, as long as they didn't have the beard.
Yeah. Have you ever dated anyone that you think looks like you? Or
No.
Yeah, what about that girlfriend that ruined you in high school?
Yeah, the crazy girl.
In the college.
No. I don't think I've ever dated anyone that looks anything like me at all.
And tall, lanky?
Nope.
Nothing?
No, usually shorter.
Well, he is a tall guy. He would always have to be, yeah.
What about your waif-like Kate Moss appearance?
No, not really. I'd say most of the girls I've dated have been about average body size.
What's average for you?
I mean, average build, not overly skinny, not overweight, just kind of right in the middle.
Oh, let's bring it to the present. When you buy a figurine, do you like a figurine that looks like you?
They all look like you. Asian,
well,
but they look like you.
of course.
Exactly. Actual size. With real
long
life
legs.
Long real life hair and
Yeah,
beard.
I saw his shelf of. I mean, this man's got a collection like the one in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, I liked the shelf. I didn't understand the tarp over it.
So many.
Very weird. We come back. Spiders
Spiders
on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I'm trying not to get upset.
Mike, I did not miss that insult either. I heard it.
I'm a CEO. Nothing has to do with our show. We're just a little early morning pain in the ass that he has to get through. Why aren't you working for me? Glad you're so goddamn happy about it. What about our show? What about guests? Enjoy 2022 talking to each other.
You're not the hot chick anymore. You're the crazy chick.
Wow. You bastard.
Always remember, to have a friend, you must be a friend.
The Mike O'Mara Show, where your friends are.
I love the fact that radio stations really used to say that. Where your friends are. Very nice. All around the world. Tech companies are innovating and driving big returns for investors, and Our Crowd analyzes companies across the global private market, selecting those with the greatest growth potential, and then brings them to you. Everything from personalized medicine to cybersecurity to robotics to quantum computing and more. Our Crowd is identifying innovators in state-of-the-art labs, startup garages, and anywhere in between, so you can invest. Here's the key. You invest early, because that's when growth potential is the greatest. Our Crowd's accredited investors have already invested over $1 billion with a B. $1 billion in growing tech companies, and many of their members have benefited from the 46 IPOs or sales exits of their investments. So now you can truly diversify your portfolio by investing early in innovative private market companies at Our Crowd. Remember, join the fastest growing venture capital investment community at ourcrowd.com/TMOS. That's OURCROWD, ourcrowd.com/TMOS. Okay, so the pandemic is sort of under control, but it's still happening.
Yes.
We've got war.
It's not over.
No, we've got war raging overseas that could be a global situation. What could make things even better, Oscar?
What's that?
Giant spiders.
Okay, so I heard the story.
And
I didn't hear all the details.
But doesn't news love a story like
I heard
this?
it break yesterday evening.
Right, that's about right.
And by the way, I know we were talking about donating to the right causes, and I know there's a ton of flim-flam men out there, so
Yes, pony.
do your homework.
Please.
But there is a charity for the dogs of Ukraine that is viable. It is real. I donated yesterday.
That's sweet.
We should put a link up on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
The stories, and I understand that people are dying, and you fine, call me a monster, but hearing the dog, the pets, like just whimpering or howling because they think their owners are lost.
It's horrifying. It's just another page in the book of all the horror that's going on over there. And to call you a monster is not correct, because we're all dog owners.
Yes.
Except for Pony, who's selfish. And so when you bring on a dog, it is like raising a child. You commit to raising that dog and taking care of that dog.
And so these people are getting on the trains or the buses to get out of Ukraine, and
they can't.
so imagine facing the fact of like, oh man, like, sorry, no pets, but you got to get out.
Yeah.
So you literally tie your dog up to a pole with a water bowl and food and just say a prayer and you got to go.
Yeah, it's true. And we're not diminishing the human sacrifice, but it's, the dogs.
Just.
Pets.
Like,
Is tough.
And let me add this. So again, I'm a CNBC squawk box.
Yeah, you love the box.
Just the disgust that comes, the way that, and I don't mean to make this political, but whoever gave the Republican Party talking points to say, hey, anytime they ask you about Ukraine, and when you have to dog the president, and then you have to dog the response, and then when they say, well, okay, we get it, you don't like the administration, what would you do? Don't answer.
Yeah, they're
Answer
not ready
with a
for
different
that.
question.
They're not ready for that.
Like, you want to go to war or not? Like, what happened to the party of like, we fight for freedom?
Right. This would be a great
It's
time.
a different party.
Be a great time to come together, folks.
Right?
Yeah.
And just you what are we doing fighting and getting on television? And when the anchors who just want to see where you stand and you just in circles, like you don't want it or you want it, but you just this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yes, we want this war to stop. Are there war crimes happening? Yes. What's it gonna take?
The answer is actually pretty obvious to how the right way to respond to this. And the fact that they drag their feet and they're slow to answer is mind-boggling. Because
just say, hey, tell the truth. We do not want to get into a third world war. So I see the complications of sending MiGs over, creating a situation with a frankly unhinged world leader.
Yeah.
Don't say, hey, the Biden administration really mucked this up.
Well, that's a good way to fog the issue, though.
Because they're like, well, what would you have done? Well, there are complications here. And I'm like my old man yelling at the TV.
Yes.
And Shannon comes and she goes, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with us?
Yeah, exactly. And I get the same way. This is a different. I yelled at my TV last night too, but for a different reason.
People are dying, innocent people.
Mm-hmm.
What's it gonna take?
Well, just ask Ted Cruz, and he'll say,
Jesus.
"I don't know. I vote on a lot of things."
My God,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
There's
There's been so many votes on Ukraine. Have there?
Well, they kind of mean something. So
I would
maybe-
rather someone come out and say, "Look, this is the press briefing I got this morning. I have to say X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But this is how I feel."
You're allowed to have feel. Yeah, people elect the man or the woman. So
Yeah.
that's true.
True.
So maybe you shouldn't be watching so much news. What I watched last night had me yelling at the TV because I hated it so bad. But have you ever gotten into a show? Let's say it's an 8-episode run. You're 6.5 episodes in, and you're saying, "I've got to finish it out because I've invested 6.5 episodes."
Oh yeah.
Pam and Tommy
It's
is
like
the worst
like a
thing.
pizza.
Pam and Tommy is so bad. At one point, I turned to Carrie and said, "I hate this. Why am I watching this?"
It's terrible.
It is so
It's terrible.
bad.
And I know for a fact it's terrible because I started I literally hit go on the Hulu.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me look at this trailer again. And it looks so trashy
It does.
that I was like, I'm better than this.
I thought
And
I
I'm
was.
not.
I thought
But
I was.
better. And I walked away. And then a colleague at work said that it was terrible. You're telling me it's terrible.
It's mind-bogglingly hard. You know what? It makes me hate myself for watching it.
It's hard to do they at least paint someone as the Tommy's the foil.
Yeah, it's they're kind of making Pam sympathetic.
Yes.
But they can't really because of the plot line. It's
Where did they lose you?
the fact that the acting and the storytelling is so bad that I can't even buy into the fact that she's a sympathetic character.
Okay.
It's so bad. And I will give them this. I think the reason that I'm sort of drawn to it is they make Tommy Lee so detestable that he's a little bit engaging as a character, but you walk away from it mad at him because he's just disgusting and gross. And you think if he was really, I think last night he went in and yelled at Coldplay. I think it was Coldplay because they were in Studio A at Elektra, and he says, "This is the cruise room." And it's like, first of all, I don't think this ever happened. I think actually the band came out and said that never happened.
Yeah, Chris Martin was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, and so if you invent
we're just
something,
making melodic, inspiring music.
if you invent,
have you heard Yellow?
if you invent clocks,
Yes.
if you invent something that dynamic, you've lost me already. Anyway, so don't watch that. Don't watch.
Yeah,
it.
I could see him doing that though. If you look at
But I'm saying if you're going to give a real guy a confrontation with another real organization,
yeah, but I think you're wrapped up in the wrong details here.
maybe
They're
using it to set an
They're
example.
spoiled.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, think about the way that we act, and we're just in radio.
Yeah,
We weren't famous. We didn't go from like sleeping on a mattress outside the whiskey, above the whiskey go-go, right?
right. Whiskey Agaga.
Whiskey a go-go.
Whiskey Agaga is owned by Lady Gaga.
And then all of a sudden, like, you're the face of glam rock,
yeah, I suppose.
right? And then you get away with doing whatever you want because you're the crew.
The Crew.
Yes.
I would buy into it better if they had a nondescript band in there, though. It bothered me.
Poison.
It bothered me
Or
that
Guns N' Roses.
Vixen. Don't leave the
You
ladies
know?
out.
But I'm just like, those guys were celebrities for so long.
Right.
And we copped it from radio.
Mm-hmm.
You get to stunt your growth because you get rewarded for doing dumb S.
It's very true. It's very true.
You know, it doesn't help you in the long run when you gotta, figure out how you're gonna retire and take care of your dependents. But for a good 15 years,
Yeah, you're holding.
you get away with murder.
You're holding your wee for a wee.
Yes.
Exactly. That's from this you make a living, as the old joke
It's
goes.
crazy.
But I
Should have
think
been a surgeon.
Dr. Zabios.
Dr. Ceballos.
I'm Dr. Zabios from the Bolivian
Have you
political.
guys heard of the Webb telescope here? I'm gonna mark this X here of where I should, kind of looks like the Webb telescope.
Speaking of webs,
Yes.
watch out for giant spiders.
Okay, please.
Back to this, please.
Details, because I've heard rumors. I've read 2 separate stories.
Okay.
And I know it's an invasive species.
Yes.
Are they paratrooper spiders? What's the story?
It's the colorful, massive Joro spider. And I have a picture of it for you. It's yellow, and it grows as big as the palm of your hand.
Yeah,
It's very
It's
ugly.
big.
It's horrible.
it's big, and this is coming from a man who's been to villages just on the outskirts of
Well, when you were a boy,
the Amazon.
when you were a boy in Bolivia, you rode spiders, right?
No. We would actually just bet on them. We would paint with lime. We would crush a lime
Citrus
stone up,
juices?
and then we would make a paste, and then paint 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
and then we would all, throw our candy in the middle and say, okay, which one's going to make a web?
So
the
there was
fastest?
gambling.
Yes,
Do you know
yes.
the true story? And a quick sidebar. This is
Thank you.
becoming a good phrase that
Yes.
we've all stolen from you. There was a kids' afternoon show when I was growing up on Channel 20, and it had Captain 20 on it. And he's still
Oh,
around.
I love Captain 20 came to my 30th birthday party at my parents' house.
Did he really?
He showed up.
Dick Dizell is
It
his
was
man's
wonderful.
name. He spoke in my 4th grade class. He was really a cool guy, a very, very cool guy.
I saw him explain what a green screen was as I was at home. Like I might have been 2nd grade.
Oh, I can almost recite that commercial.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Captain 20 flying without an airplane, right? And he said, no,
Yeah.
no one can fly without an airplane. And anyway, so anyhow, they would do gerbil races in the afternoon. And what they would do is each gerbil was named after a show that was on Channel 20. So it was like there was the
Ooh.
Addams Family gerbil.
Yeah.
There was the Munsters
Yeah.
gerbil. Maybe Johnny Sacco's flying robot gerbil.
Yeah.
Well, one time, my Uncle Bruce, who has passed, he was my godfather, and as we've discussed when we remembered him on this very show, he had a checkered past, and he was one time in jail. Just it was a
Yeah.
misunderstanding,
Yes.
and he found it very entertaining that the TV that was on in the holding cell was Channel 20, and that the convicts were betting on the gerbil races.
They needed action.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have action.
You'll take it. You'll take it.
Anyway, these predominantly yellow spiders that get as big as the palm of their hand were first spotted in Georgia in 2013. So they've been in the country a while.
Okay.
But they originated in Asia, and it's likely they came in a shipping container.
And
they're
like
starting
those
to
banana spiders in Brazil.
And, well, I think this is a variant on the banana spider. But the thing is that because the weather is changing and getting warmer, they're moving north.
Ooh.
And so we could see them along the eastern seaboard this summer. We're getting helpful advice from Andy Davis, who is a research scientist at Georgia's Odom School of Ecology and Entomology. He says, we'll just learn to live with them.
I guess the spin that I've read about was
spin?
That they fall from the sky.
Oh, it doesn't say anything about
that. It's
this.
like maybe it's.
Well, how are they up in the air to be? They don't fly.
Well, that's the thing. They're like there's a floating variant on this, where once they lay their eggs, they just like let them go.
And they hatch and then drop?
From trees and then just drop.
Oh, okay, so they're not like dropping from a blue sky.
No.
They're dropping from like the frozen iguanas at Mike's house.
Correct.
Okay. Well, it doesn't say anything about that. It does say that they will not bite you unless cornered.
Yeah.
And
a spider bite is very distinctive.
And they say, as a rule,
and painful.
Their teeth will not penetrate human skin, but they will try to attack you back.
Find anybody north of 75.
Oh, with the paper thin,
yes.
crepey skin? What was the old Norm Macdonald?
Paper mache.
Norm Macdonald joke. He says, Grandma, how'd you get that bruise? The wind.
Yeah.
So anyway, they do feed on mosquitoes, flies, and stink bugs. So there is a benefit, but they're horrifying to look at.
Yeah, there's I still, of all of these invasive species, I still fear the African killer bee.
Yeah, and wasn't that supposed to happen?
It's happened.
The murder hornets happened, right?
Yes.
And really nothing?
Well, I think it was more of an ecosystem situation where they were going to take out other bees. So, you know how we need bees to survive?
I need 2 bees.
Yes.
Was that anything, Pony?
I liked it.
Thanks.
So, 1,003, 1,004, 1,000. I liked it.
I was muted as ordered.
Just hit a button. Just hit the button.
And I would have taken a thumbs up.
Yes.
2 beats.
So,
thank you, Ed McMahon.
But I feel like
2 bees.
I feel like those still scare me.
Yeah, and
but
they could
but
still
if
happen.
you have arachnophobia, I've seen there's so many spiders that like are furry, and we're not talking about that's brown recluse. We're just talking about. No, but you've seen them around here.
Like a tarantula.
I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, well, these are not going to be harmful, but they are horrifying to look at. And
they look exotic.
Also, I feel
Joe Exotic.
That's another great show that makes me yell at my television. The new one with Kate McKinnon. But I feel this is a media manufactured story. I bet we don't see these up here.
Yeah, it was probably a good. If you're in like the Fox 5 newsroom,
yeah,
this is good for Like It or Not, which is by the way, our friend Angie Goff,
she
runs that.
Yeah,
if you look back at the way that her star has risen,
she's great.
So happy for her. But that's a Like It or Not topic.
Yeah, right? It is.
Nice and light. We're all scared of that.
Do you think she's going to like it or not like it?
She'll probably not like it.
Well,
but her kids might like spiders.
To quote Jim Stafford, I don't like spiders and snakes. So anyway, so watch out for that.
Nice distraction.
2 showbiz stories I want to attack when we get back.
Showbiz,
because we didn't have a homepage today. 2 stars, one that I like, one that I'm tired of, and I'm wondering how long their stars can rise in an Angie Goff-like way. So we'll be back after this on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Dennis Murphy hung around Podville Media and tried to break into broadcasting, but his natural speech proved to be a huge obstacle. Then one day, he would later tell his biographer, the voice of God told him to take diction lessons, and his whole life changed.
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Dennis practiced faithfully for many months, and through diligence and perseverance, it was only a question of time before he emerged a major star.
Good evening, and cheers to you all out there. Welcome to Murphy's Musings. I'm Dennis Murphy. Our broadcast is sponsored this evening by the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Frightfully witty, uncensored content every week. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and purchase a subscription so you never miss a minute of the fun.
When you go to your space party,
Yes.
here's a great icebreaker.
Please.
Go to the astronaut and say, hey, what's moon spelled backwards?
Oh.
And they'll say,
Noom.
Noom. And you say,
You should go TMOS.
That's right. There's a reason why Noom works while other diets fail you. Noom uses psychology.
I won't be doing that.
No, it's not a good icebreaker.
Yeah, I like Noom, but
yeah,
I
they're
respect
great.
myself as well.
To give you practical knowledge and skill. Don't ask astronauts to spell things backwards.
Hey, nice to meet you.
It's a rule of thumb.
Pro tip of the day.
Astronauts. Let me start from the top. Please. There's a reason why Noom works where other diets fail you. Noom uses psychology to give you the practical knowledge and skills you need to build smarter, long-term habits and behaviors. The approach is based on scientifically proven principles like cognitive behavioral therapy, it's CBT, which helps people better understand why they eat the way they do. Noom doesn't believe in telling you what you can or can't eat. Noom gives you the knowledge you need to make informed choices that fit your lifestyle and also help you reach your goals. An off day is okay because Norm will course correct you. Noom will too. Norm is a guy who works at Noom. Noom will course correct you. You're the boss. 5, 10, or 15 minutes a day. How much time you spend on the app is up to you. Fact, more than 75% of users complete the program. More than 60% of users lose 5% or more body weight by 16 weeks. And this is the best one. More than 60% of users keep the weight off for a year or more. Oscar loves Noom because the science works. And if you see the video portion of this show, you know Carla has never looked better. Sign up for the trial and get psychology-based support and motivation to reach your goals at noom.com/TMOS. That's Noom.com, NOOM.com/TMOS to sign up for your free trial. And remember, Noom spelled backwards is moon.
Moon.
Exactly.
Speaking of,
what's in your phone?
Let's talk about the Webb, James Webb telescope.
Did you do in the 60 seconds? Did you get more facts than Pony did?
Did you know that the Webb is cooling and aligning its mirrors?
Oh.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah. What about that?
Well, apparently, according to the website that's in the palm of my hands.
Yes. You have a supercomputer. Hey, astronaut, did you know that this
hold on a second.
phone is more powerful than the computer they used to put a man on the moon?
That's the ESA launch facility.
Yeah, JPL.
How about the French Guiana?
You going to overmodulate when you talk to him, too? Hi, astronaut.
Hi. Let's talk about those aligning mirrors.
Hey, so I just back from the bank. Listen, I was wondering. So
the ESA has really done their job.
You got your talking points?
I got it.
When will Pete Davidson? When will he top out? When will he stop?
Top out?
No, top out. Because he seems to continue to fall upward. Remember, it was 2 years ago that they thought he was over at Saturday Night Live, and he's had his biggest year yet.
Yeah, I don't think I have maybe an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I want this man to continue.
I do too. I like him.
From day one, I've liked him.
Mm-hmm.
King of Staten Island, not so great. Would have liked my $30 back. Would have rented it for $5. But
I streamed it. Freebie.
Yes. So for me, like there is I guess a fun factor to who were the Casanovas of back in your day?
Like the party guys?
Not the party guys. That sounds terrible.
Well,
I'm talking about
like the equivalent of Pete Davidson, say in the 50s.
Yes,
like a William Holden, good-looking guy.
Somebody everybody else would know.
Like
Cary Grant.
Well, no, not so much, but like Jimmy Stewart and Henry Fonda were very notorious bachelors back in the day, in the 40s and 50s. Yeah.
So and now we have, like, for us,
right,
married now, but George Clooney.
Yeah. He's the most eligible bachelor for years.
The Generation Z's George Clooney.
I suppose, yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I think as our wonderful Maddie Maciel said, the big dark energy.
Exactly.
That we didn't understand.
Right.
We just didn't. Because we didn't get what was going on. And this man, like at a young age, has established himself as a legit talent.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, who cares? Like he's like for even the time when someone called him a-hole eyes and Ariana Grande got upset.
Right, I forgot about that.
He came out and said, "Hey, I've had this on entire." Like he makes fun of himself.
When he does a desk piece on the news on Saturday Night Live, it is so refreshing because it's so real.
And like he is like, what's the best way to put this? This reminds me the heat that's around Pete Davidson, and I don't remember
Pete Davidson,
and I don't remember the SNL in its heyday,
right? Because
my parents were foreign and they didn't expose me to this,
right?
But looking back at
did you watch Saturday Night Live?
Sábado Gigante.
That's right. Oh, with Don Francisco.
Yeah, Don Francisco was rocking our world. Wow. He'd sell us Tide, and then he'd have like Tito Puente on, and then Tito Puente con cheers. Se puede limpiar todo. Here's Tito Puente.
Pepsi Cola.
So I didn't have this, but looking back and learning so much more about really working with you and Mike.
Yeah.
He's in the zeitgeist of pop culture. So much so that the most famous pops, I guess crossover megalomaniac in the world, not Putin, but Kanye West is
doing videos of him being buried.
He's like, and then Pete gets to go on national television and say, "Oh, weird, this guy wants me dead. Probably not appropriate." And he makes fun of himself
in such a great way.
And it's the ex-husband of the person he's dating, which happens to have over 1 billion followers on Instagram.
Which is another smart career move.
It's so wild.
Well, you know what? Another great lucky thing.
It's hard to hate him.
And a lucky thing. And there's I think I recommended it to you already. After you listen to this podcast, if you need another podcast to listen to, I can't imagine you would. There's a new one with Dana Carvey and David Spade, and it's called Fly on the Wall, where they interview people about their experiences on Saturday Night Live. And the most entertaining thing for me is everyone has a take on Lorne.
Yes.
Lorne. Everyone has an opinion about Lorne, and quotes from Lorne. My favorite Lorne Michaels quote that comes up a lot is, "That would be better if it was funny."
Yeah.
I
wish I talked to Pony before the show.
But Lorne, call Pony.
Yes.
But Lorne has
We need you to have a personality today. It's just the three of us. Mike is gone, so I will go to you on a frequent basis. And please have something fun or witty or pay attention to what we're doing.
Lorne says, "Hey, Lorne, we're going to go to Pony today." No. Well, Pete Davidson is getting a TV show that is they're saying it's the closest thing to it is a darker version of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, I love it.
And it's produced by Lorne. So Lorne has taken him under his wing.
No, he hasn't. That's not benevolent. It's contractual.
No, but
they own the rights to everything these guys. That's why some people don't go to SNL. They own
sign
the
away
rights
the
to
stuff?
everything,
but
they do in perpetuity while they're on that show.
Well, then Lorne is smart. Then
he gets a piece of everything,
of course. But they say it's not going to be lighthearted. He doesn't play himself per se like Larry David does.
Also, think about this. He dated Larry David's daughter for almost 2 years.
Forgot about that. Yeah. The show's going to be called Bupkis, which is that's a Yiddish word meaning nothing or beans.
Bupkis.
Yeah, Bupkis. You get Bupkis.
It's not going to be on network television, is it? Please tell me it's going to be on Peacock or something where they can curse.
I'm sure it'll be Peacock. It doesn't mention here where it's going to be. But it's the article's from Deadline. But it's been announced.
I'm excited for him.
I am too.
He's not going to top out. This is the look. I'm not proud of this, but I need to turn my brain off once in a while. So I've been watching this season's Bachelor finale, and this guy dicked down 2 of the 3 final contestants.
Right.
Told them, "Hey, I love you," to 2 of them. Then slept with them, and then said, "My bad. I'm in love with 2 of you, and I slept with both of you," and then chaos ensues. And never married any of them.
None of them?
None of them.
So you're on the Bachelor train. Will you watch Joe Millionaire tonight?
No. The Bachelor is like, if you want to feel better about yourself.
Yes.
Watch this guy implode.
Really?
And then watch him talk to the gaggle of ladies from this season's Bachelor, and then
wasn't he when this season started? And there's like a new season every 10 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's a cash cow.
But wasn't he supposed to be like a super classy, good-looking guy this season?
They're all super. They're never scumbags.
Yeah, but this guy seems like he's turned into one.
No, they're all scumbags.
Okay.
I mean, think about what it takes to go on a show of this caliber on both sides.
Okay.
Like if you're a contestant guys or girls.
Yeah.
If you're on there, you just want to be famous.
You know who would be a good bachelor? It's Pete Davidson.
Oh, no, but to my point,
yes.
He doesn't break anybody's hearts.
That's right.
He literally gets their names tattooed on them, and then they break up with him, and he's the sad sack.
Well, no, then he's Chad. He goes, okay.
No, but I'm saying like he doesn't do the hurting.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, good. God bless you, Pete Davidson.
Yes.
Tomorrow we'll talk about Tom Hanks and why I hate him. Okay.
Yes.
Good. We'll be back with Soundtown.
Yeah, boy.
Rick Schofield.
Let's kick it.
O'Mara.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
All right, stop. Tuning in and listen.
Mike is back with the podcast invention.
Download TMOS on the daily. Become a P1 just like Sheriff Daily. Mike, Oscar, Robb, and Pony.
That's the crew of my
Love it.
podcast home.
I got a fever, and the only prescription
Is an annual bonus subscription.
Go to MikeOmaraShow.com.
Like the views of a comedy laugh bomb.
iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Spotify, make your smartphone richer. Love it or leave it, you better hit play. You'll eat it all up, yo.
The whole tray.
If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while Pony revolves it. Mike, baby. Woo! Ain't it fucking out? O'Mara. Mike, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
O'Mara.
I'd like another rapping promo.
Nah. Maybe.
No, you know what? Yeah.
If they could do it,
You know what?
great.
They need to drop a different groove.
Something more contemporary.
More contemporary than that?
They can do the mumble rap.
How could that possibly be? The weather is here. It's solo stove time, Oscar. It is the perfect time of year for it. There's nothing like gathering around a warm fire on a cool evening, and a smokeless fire pit from Solo Stove makes your outdoor moments even more memorable. Spend some time with your family and friends and build lasting memories around a Solo Stove fire pit. It is the best. Instead of having to constantly dodge campfire fumes, you can sit back, relax, and actually enjoy the fire. And right now, you get a great deal on a Solo Stove fire pit. They are brilliantly engineered, made from premium grade 304 stainless steel and 360 degree airflow system that maximizes efficiency while minimizing smoke. I don't know how they do it, but it's like all fire, no smoke.
I don't smell like a campfire.
It is so cool. It's so easy to light with
It's
just
great.
a few bits of starter. Your fire is blazing in minutes. You take it out of the box, you're ready to go.
We hit a cold snap.
Perfectly portable. The Solo Stove, you can take it with you camping and anywhere. Mike took it to the hospital, which was nice.
Mike, by the way, is not in the hospital, to clarify. These jokes.
No, they're just jokes.
He joked about it yesterday. He's not in the hospital.
No.
I think he's on a beach somewhere. I have no idea where he is.
It's urgent care.
No, stop saying that. He's going to get all these messages.
It's not
And then he's
urgent.
going to yell at you.
I'll deflect.
Oscar told me to tell him no.
No, I say Pony
Mike
said
is
it.
fine.
But Mike is absolutely fine. We all have Solo Stoves. We all love them.
not getting a
Solo
facelift.
Stove is the best. Shop now, just like he told us to say. Shop now and get up to 30% off all fire pits all month long and use promo code TMOS at checkout to get an extra $20 off, plus a lifetime warranty and free 30-day returns. Just go to solostove.com and remember, Mike is not ill. You get $20 off when you use promo code TMOS. Time to take a trip. Destination, Soundtown.
What a sound.
Did you hear that? Make some noise.
Soundtown.
I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but when it's in the forefront of the pop culture zeitgeist, you got to pay attention to it. Am I right? Right?
Yes, you're
Right. Okay, last night on The Masked Singer, 2 events went down that were pretty notable. The first one is the singing dog's head fell off. And how did they handle it?
This is America.
They have a voice changer on the voice, right?
I get how it works.
So the head falls off. The guy turns around and you just hear him saying, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" And they turn around. Turns out no one saw him, but he got voted off anyway. It was Duff Goldman, the cake
boss.
Not Cake Boss. That's a different guy. This is Ace of Cakes, right?
Ace of Cakes.
Anyway, so he gets voted off. But perhaps even more notable, and Firefly stays on the show. But Firefly was singing last night and began to choke. And because the show is pre-produced, they made it very dramatic.
What was I gonna do? I let myself go. And now we're flying through.
Watch out.
Somebody needs to help her. Someone needs to help her.
Oh, no.
Somebody get up there. Hey. Somebody get up there.
This is the show that had Giuliani on, right?
Yeah.
Can we never have any clips from the show ever again?
This was pretty hot today, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, never again.
Okay, you're not a big fan? Okay.
I never asked for that, right?
No, you never
It's
do.
such a garbage show to begin with.
It's horrible. It is horrible, but, the fact...
Yeah, but I also feel like they do a great job of, like, providing a lot of this for hack radio shows across the country. So then they play it.
Do you think maybe they gave the Firefly... Before you sing, here's some dry peanuts.
No, I usually love this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But the show is so contrived.
It is, and the fact that all of that stuff could have been edited out because it's so clearly pre-produced.
I get it. You're probably like, well, The Bachelor's contrived. I get that. But you know what? Hearing a guy basically break two people's hearts in one fell swoop is compelling.
Okay, no more Masked Singer, but also...
It is, but I mean, do you really watch it?
No. But
okay, well, then none of us watch it.
But it was a notable moment. You're right. But also remember, no more Bachelor tapes because the time that Maddie didn't speak to me for a week because I spoiled it.
Fair enough.
So
we're good.
We're going to get away from that.
Yes.
We're going to focus on a great musician.
Okay.
Sting, who has been around for a long time, and he's brought a song back, and it's sort of sad the reason that he brought it back. When I think I was in high school when the song came out, the song Russians. And it was about the Cold War in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
He hasn't really performed it since then, and he explains why he's brought it back.
I've only rarely sung this song in the many years since it was written, because I never thought it would be relevant again. But in the light of one man's bloody and woefully misguided decision to invade a peaceful, unthreatening neighbor, the song is once again a plea for our common humanity. For the brave Ukrainians fighting against this brutal tyranny, and also the many Russians who are protesting this outrage despite the threat of arrest and imprisonment. We, all of us, love our children. Stop the war.
There is no monopoly of common sense on either side of the political fence. We share the same biology, regardless of ideology. Believe me when I say to you, I hope the Russians love their children too.
First of all, he still sounds amazing.
Oh, fantastic.
But also, how sad is that? That he that song was totally in his rearview mirror because he thought that was a done issue. And he has to bring it back.
There's a production I won't mention that we'll know here in a couple months, and we'll announce it, that had Sting as a guest.
Oh my God, really?
And the for someone that I would expect, I would not want to be an a-hole, but would I expect to be okay with being an a-hole?
Yeah,
because of the body of work.
Sure.
So nice.
The biggest stars
patient,
normally are,
and it had nothing to do with us. It had everything to do with their side, their technical side. And just so like casually talking with the host, and the host was cool. Like we had all our stuff together. It just, you sat there, you're like, this guy should be having a meltdown.
Yeah, and he didn't.
No,
he was and he's
a true empath.
Very, very funny guy. He played himself in a couple episodes of that. I think it was a Hulu series, Only Murders in Our Building.
Yes,
and he was very funny.
So nice.
Very, very cool. Congratulations to Eminem.
Marshall Mathers.
This week, he became the top certified artist in the recording industry of America history for singles, which is an amazing feat considering,
who's there with them? Who joins him in the ranks? Who's been there at least?
Been there. Elvis and the Beatles are the ones that come. But listen to his stats. These are staggering. 166 million gold and platinum certifications. Also, 6 Diamond Awards, and one of only 7 artists have 3 or more Diamond albums. So he is the greatest selling artist for singles in history now.
When people go out of their way to discuss why and how terrible the Super Bowl financial arrangements are made for the artists that perform, which they don't get paid.
Right.
This is the byproduct of working for free and putting all that time into a performance like that. Mm-hmm. The world is reminded of your music and in real time looks for it, buys it.
Yeah.
So the check is that's not even a factor.
You're right.
It's this.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the equivalent. It's like, when they decided, and I was reading about this week, it was the Tonight Show in the 50s originally that said every guest gets paid scale. Mm-hmm. You can be Frank Sinatra, you could be a peanut farmer. You get paid the same because the value of the appearance is not getting paid for the appearance. It's the fact that you're getting the exposure. And that's what that's all about. But I think that's fantastic.
Yep.
He's an amazingly talented guy and a long track record, and good for him. Good for him. Now, also good for Suzanne Somers, who we talked about Bertinelli earlier.
Yes.
Suzanne Somers really made hay from the show Three's Company. She'd done a few things before that. But do you know where she's made the bulk of her money?
Her exercise videos?
The Thigh Master.
Oh, close. I was close.
She is 75 now.
Yes.
And as Mike would say, still manages to look stunning. I want you to realize how much money she has made from the Thigh Master.
I use the Thigh Master every day of my life. I do 50 in the morning, 50 mid-afternoon, and 50 while I'm lying in bed at night. And I could crack walnuts with my thighs. I live a good life. And 1995 times 10 million. So kind of do the math, and we're probably at 15 million now. We had partners 50-50, and they got drunk on money when they all started selling, and they overspent to the point where they could no longer afford to be in their side of the business. So we bought them out. We have 100%.
Wow.
She has made $300 million off the Thigh Master.
And this is the first time we're hearing about this.
Yeah.
This is why the wealthiest people we know just live their lives.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right? We don't see her on, Shark Tank, trying to make deals.
Her and Barbara Corcoran?
Yes.
Barbara Corcoran, by the way, loves her Thigh Master.
I'm good for her.
I would buy that video. Okay, let's close with this. I never, ever play anything from Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show. But this moment is so great. They had last night as a guest Samuel L. Jackson, or as the Spanish call him, Samuel the Jackson. And they found out what actor has said the most swear words in motion picture history. And Sam Jackson has the greatest. We close with this.
There's a list of someone who said the most swear words in movie history. And I was like,
Who won?
It's not you. It's Jonah Hill.
That's some bull. I mean,
He actually came in third behind Jonah Hill and Leonardo DiCaprio.
I wouldn't think that.
But I love the fact that his reaction is, that's some BS. Oh, let's leave the town.
Now leaving Soundtown. Please come again.
Yeah, I would bet otherwise.
I would have too.
Yeah, I would have painted a little spider and said, that's my guy.
But what's really great is put a dose on it. They went on to say, he said, is that all swear words or one particular swear word? Because he said, if it's one, I think I got him. Which was pretty great. All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for joining us for another perfect episode of TMOS. Don't forget, you can always reach us. Messages for the weekly mailbag can be sent to Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Also, if you want to be a talking head, we had a wonderful talking head again yesterday. Reach out to me. I always love to meet you and talk to you about being a talking head. That's Rob with 2 B's, MikeO'MaraShow.com. And if you want to be a talking head, please include a phone number. And please send us things here at Podville Media. We appreciate it. Don't forget to spend some time at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and thank you for listening. Join us again tomorrow for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. Tomorrow is the bonus show, debuting a new game, and also got to talk Tom Hanks. It's pissing me off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, pissing me off. So for Mike O'Mara and Oscar Santana, Mike's back Monday. This is Rob Spiewak saying so long, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara bonus show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.